Hello students, and welcome to our May 25th lesson. Our do now is a prompt about conflict escalation. Looks like I have a typo there. Our objective, we will continue again to use equations to solve word problems, and our assignment will be to complete the page and show it to me for credit. And if you are online, you can hold it up to the camera. You can send it by email. If you're finished, we have some extra activities for you. That'd be a little fun. We're getting toward the end of the year. So here's our conflict escalation prompt. Genji, sorry about that. Genji wants to be a vegetarian, but her mom won't take her seriously. When her mom serves chicken again, Genji screams at her. How can they keep this conflict from escalating, and how can they come to an appropriate solution? So I want you to think about how Genji and her mom could talk about Genji's wanting to be a vegetarian and how Genji can get her mom to take her seriously and not try to push that chicken on her anymore. So answer that right there. So we're going to continue with solving word problems using those equations that we've just started doing. So let's take a look at number 9 here. Driving at an average speed of 52 miles per hour, how long will it take someone to take a 390-mile road trip? And we're asking how long, okay? So we are given the speed in miles per hour. So our answer will be in hours. So we're going to let x equal the length of time. And so our problem will be 52 times x, we don't know how many hours, that's our hours, equals 390. So that's the problem. So we'll just solve it by just dividing both sides by 52. And when we do that, we see that x equals 7.5. That means if they're driving 52 miles an hour, they can take a road trip of 390 miles, and we'll get there in 7.5 hours. And make sure you answer the problem exactly as it was asked. Now, Kate has 79 more envelopes to stamp before she can send off her wedding invitation. Sounds like a big wedding. If she is sending 234 invitations in all, how many has she stamped so far? So she's stamped a bunch. We don't know how many, okay? But we know she has 79 more to go. So we're going to let x equal the stamped envelopes. So that would be 234 minus x equals the amount she has remaining, 79. So first thing we'll do is we will subtract 234 from both sides of the equation. That gives us negative x equals negative 155. Now we just need to divide everything by negative 1 so that we can get a positive number for x, and x equals 155. And that means that she has already stamped 155 envelopes. Now, Jack is 2 weeks into his diet, and he now weighs 197 pounds. That's what he weighs now. If he lost 3 pounds the first week and 6 pounds the second week, what was his starting weight? So we're going to let x equal his starting weight. So that would be Jack's starting weight. So we're going to have, what did he start at, minus the 3 in the first week, minus 6 in the second week, equals where he is now, which is 197. So we can combine like terms on the negative 3 minus 6, that would be x minus 9. equals 197. And then in order to solve this, we're going to add 9 to each side of this equation, which gives us x equals 206. So he started out weighing 206 pounds, 206 pounds. So he lost 9 pounds. Number 12, the perimeter of a square is 86 inches. How long is each side? So perimeter is the length around the outside of something. In this case, a square with 4 equal sides. So if the perimeter is 86, then we could say 86 divided by 4 equals x. Let's let x equal the side length. There are 2 ways to think about it. So you can think about it, 86 divided by 4 equals x, and we can just multiply 86 by 4. Or we could say 4 times x equals 86. And if we did that, we would just divide both sides by 4. Either way, x equals 21.5. And we don't know, well, we know they're inches, so each side now we can say is 21 inches. Or 21.5, actually, 21.5. Let me put the 0.5s in there. That would be 21.5 inches. Let me write that a little more neatly. And let's move on to number 13. So a plant is 14 inches tall. If it grows 3 inches per year, how many years will it take to reach a height of 38 inches? So we're assuming it's going to go 3 inches a year. How many years would it take to reach a height of 38 inches? So x is going to be our number of years. That's the question we're asking. So that's the question that we need to find out. So that's what our variable will stand for. Okay, so it's 14 inches tall. It grows 3 inches a year in addition to that. And we want to know how old it'll be when it reaches 38 inches. So 14, that's where it started, that's where it is now, plus 3 inches per year equals 38 inches. So let's subtract 14 from each side. Which gives us 3x equals 38 minus 14 is 24. We're going to take 24 and divide it by 3 so we can isolate x, and x equals 8. And what does the 8 stand for? It stands for 8 years. Okay, number 14. Tessa received $50, so she got $50 that she didn't have before from her grandma for her birthday. She decided to put this money away and save an additional $12 a week so she can buy a $398 tablet. How many weeks will it take her to save? So the answer is going to ask how many weeks. So we're going to let x equal weeks, number of weeks. So we'll set up our problem. She got 50 from grandma. We'll start with that. Plus $12 a week, that's our 12x, equals 398. So how many weeks is she going to have to save that $12? So To isolate x, we'll subtract 50 from each side. Which will give us 12x equals 348. Now we're going to divide both sides by 12. And x equals 29. Because 348 divided by 12 is 29. So what does that represent? The number of weeks. 29 weeks. She would have to save. Now, number 15, 1/3 of the students in the marching band signed up for the pep band. So there's two bands. There's a marching band and there's a pep band. Then 5 students changed their mind. If there are 31 students in the pep band, how many students are also in the marching band? So we're going to let x equal the marching band, people in the marching band. And let's see. So 1/3 signed up for the pep, for 1/3 of the marching band students signed up for the pep band. So 1/3 of x, the marching band, minus 5, because 5 changed their mind, equaled the 31 students who are left in the marching band. So the easiest thing we could do is first add 5 to each side. We'll deal with that fraction later. So 1/3 x equals 36. And now when we have a fraction that we have to evaluate, the best thing to do if we're looking for x is to multiply both sides by the denominator of that fraction. So that would leave us with 1x, and the 1 is invisible, equals 108. Which tells us there are 108 students. This question is about students in the band. There are 108 students in the marching band. Finally, number 15, we have an area problem. 5 less than the area of a square is, that means equal to, 59 square feet. So our answer is going to be in square feet. Oh, no, it's going to be in linear feet because we're going to find the side length of the square. So we're going to let x equal the side length. And so x times x gives you the area, the side times the side. So we're going to write x squared minus 5 equals 59. Okay, because the 5 less than the area of a square is 59. So area of the square minus 5 is 59. So we'll add 5 to both sides. 59 and 5 are 61. Oops, cross that out. X squared equals 61. Now, we have not done this, but in order to solve x squared equals 61, let's write it over here. We have to take, 64. We have to take the square root of each side. When we take the square root of x squared, we have x. When we take the square root of 64, we have plus or minus 8. Now, because we're talking about the side length of a square, we cannot use the -8. The -8 is not helpful to us because you can't have -8 in a length. So we're going to say 8 feet is the side length. And that's our final answer. So if you finish early, we do have some art you can do, and we do have a fallen phrase. You're pretty good at those. So I know these are a little confusing. Stay with them, work really hard, keep practicing. You're going to high school next year, and with practice, you'll be all ready for high school because you'll be great.